Over the past several years, Nikon has been methodically redefining its mirrorless camera strategy, working to strike the ideal balance between cutting-edge speed and uncompromising image quality. Cameras like the Z8 and Z9 have demonstrated Nikon's ability to stand shoulder to shoulder with industry leaders, delivering remarkable speed, top-tier autofocus performance, and advanced video capabilities geared towards sports and action professionals. Meanwhile, Nikon's more affordable hybrid models, such as the Z6 series, have consistently appealed to creators who need a flexible tool that doesn't demand a massive budget. Yet despite all of this innovation, one corner of Nikon's audience has watched quietly from the sidelines: the photographers who depend on ultra-high resolution, who prioritize dynamic range, micro detail, and tonal depth. Those who originally embraced the Nikon Z7 series have waited nearly 5 years for the next chapter. The Nikon Z7 III has long served as the workhorse of landscape photographers, fine art creators, and studio shooters. Its blend of precision, wide dynamic range, and trustworthy performance made it a favorite among professionals who demand extremely high image fidelity. But technology rarely stands still. As sensor innovation accelerates and competitors introduce increasingly powerful high-resolution bodies, the absence of a follow-up to the Z7 III has become more noticeable. The question has steadily grown louder across online communities, rumor channels, and industry discussions. When will Nikon finally unveil the Nikon Z7 III, and what kinds of breakthroughs will it introduce? To understand why the possible arrival of the Nikon Z7 III carries so much excitement, it's worth revisiting how the series began. When the original Z7 launched alongside the Z6 in 2018, Nikon signaled that it was entering the mirrorless race with serious intent. The Z7 featured a 45.7 megapixel full-frame sensor, a robust build inspired by Nikon's DSLR heritage, and the ergonomics that professionals had come to appreciate. The camera quickly became a favorite among landscape and portrait photographers thanks to its phenomenal color accuracy and its ability to capture extremely detailed images in challenging lighting conditions. In 2020, the Z7 III refined that formula rather than reinventing it. Nikon improved the autofocus system, introduced dual processors for better responsiveness, and enhanced video performance. The second-generation model wasn't a revolutionary upgrade, but it offered meaningful improvements that directly addressed user feedback. It strengthened the Z7's reputation as a dependable high-resolution tool. Yet, as the broader mirrorless landscape evolved, Nikon redirected attention toward different priorities. The groundbreaking Z9 pushed the envelope with its stacked sensor, long recording times, and blackout-free shooting experience. Shortly afterward, the Z8 emerged as a more accessible, compact version of the flagship, making its advanced technology available to a larger audience. Meanwhile, the Z6 line saw regular refreshes in order to better serve the fast-growing hybrid content creator demographic. All of this progress, however, left the high-resolution Z7 line aging in silence. For the photographers who rely on unparalleled resolving power and pristine image integrity, the long pause began to feel like Nikon might be stepping away from its resolution-first strategy. But insiders familiar with Nikon's long-term planning have suggested that the delay has been intentional rather than neglectful. According to these sources, Nikon did not want the Z7 III, or Z7 III equivalent model often rumored as the Nikon Z7 III, to overlap with the Z8's release timeline. Instead, they aimed to ensure that the next high-resolution body would feel like a meaningful generational leap, not just a modest iteration. Now, nearly 5 years after the Z7 II's debut, signs increasingly point to a new model approaching. Many analysts believe the Nikon Z7 III may finally be nearing its official unveiling, with a potential announcement window sometime near late 2025 and a possible release by early 2026. Early reports about the Nikon Z7 III suggest that Nikon will continue to refine its minimalist, professional design language rather than reinventing the wheel. The body is expected to maintain a similar footprint to the Z7 II, compact enough to remain highly portable, yet still providing the rugged, weather-sealed construction that Nikon shooters rely on. This size advantage could place the Nikon Z7 III between the smaller hybrid-focused models and the more muscular Z8, appealing to photographers who want professional durability without excessive bulk. One design improvement frequently mentioned in rumors is an upgraded rear display. Nikon may adopt the same 3.2-inch, 4-axis tilting touchscreen found on the Z9, which offers significantly more flexibility for overhead, vertical, or low-angle compositions while avoiding the fully articulating flip-out screen that many still photographers dislike. This compromise retains the functional benefits of a tilting screen without sacrificing the rigidity preferred during tripod work. It is also likely that Nikon will retain dual UHS-II SD card slots to avoid forcing users into pricier CFexPRIS cards. While some high-speed shooters prefer CFexPRIS compatibility, many photographers, particularly landscape and studio creators, appreciate the cost savings and availability of SD media. Expect Nikon to refine ergonomics as well, offering subtle adjustments to the grip, button feel, and layout to support long shooting sessions more comfortably. But the most exciting part of the Nikon Z7 III story almost certainly lies in its sensor and processing architecture. Rumors currently place the new model's resolution anywhere between 45 and 67 megapixels. Several leaks suggest Nikon may adopt a 61 megapixel sensor similar to the one in Sony's A7 IV, a proven, high-performing sensor that already excels in dynamic range and detail. However, other reports hint that Nikon may choose a brand new sensor designed in partnership with Tower Semiconductor, the same company behind the sensors in the Nikon ZFC and Z30. If Nikon does take this route, we could see a sensor optimized specifically for superior tonal reproduction, low noise, and higher efficiency, possibly giving the Nikon Z7 III a distinct identity rather than relying on off-the-shelf hardware. Processing will also play a major role. The Z7 II's Expeed 6 processors were capable, but technology has moved forward rapidly. The Nikon Z7 III is widely expected to adopt the Expeed 7 engine found in the Z8 and Z9, which would allow for faster burst speeds, improved image buffering, enhanced noise reduction algorithms, and more powerful computational autofocus features. With this processor, the Nikon Z7 III could potentially shoot at 12 to 14 frames per second in full resolution, and perhaps even reach 20 FPS in cropped or compressed modes. This would significantly expand its versatility, making it suitable not only for landscapes and studio work, but also for casual wildlife or on-the-go assignments. Autofocus is another area where the Nikon Z7 III is expected to make a huge leap. Nikon's newest AI-driven F system, which detects eyes, animals, birds, vehicles, and even subtle facial angles, has proven to be world-class on the Z9 and Z8. Bringing that technology into a high-resolution body could instantly eliminate one of the biggest criticisms of the Z7 II: its occasional inconsistency in difficult lighting or backlit conditions. With enhanced deep learning subject recognition and fast, reliable tracking, the Nikon Z7 III could become one of the most accurate focusing systems available in a high-megapixel stills camera. Whether Nikon selects a Sony sensor or partners with Tower Semiconductor, whether the Nikon Z7 III pushes into 8K territory or focuses on exceptional 4K, one thing feels certain: the Nikon Z7 III is poised to be more than a simple refresh. It is shaping up to be a statement piece, Nikon's declaration that high-resolution craftsmanship still matters, and that the pursuit of perfection remains at the heart of its philosophy.